Good morning and good evening if you are somewhere else other than South Africa, Cape Town. Now, this is not going to be a long segment. I thought I'll just give you about 10-15 minutes of the segment, whereby I've got three players to discuss. As you have seen, Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, and a surprise. Now, the reports are saying that there's an improved offer from Arsenal to West Ham, and it is in the region of 100 million. Yes, 100 million. Now, last night I went live on Canon Fodder simultaneously and Gunnar Matters. Unfortunately, I can't do that today. Doesn't allow me to. However, I was very frank and very outspoken about the Edus, the Gaspers, and the Vinays have been very poor in the transfer market of late. And these are the things that we as fans need to obviously take notice of. There was a bid made yesterday, second day of the transfer window that has opened, of 80 million plus 10 million add-ons, which was rejected flat out by West Ham. Now, an improved bid obviously came along, and it's in the region of 100 million as per what I hear. And that is something that would obviously sway West Ham a bit. However, having said that, there is the likes of Manchester City in the background watching this whole scenario play off. And with all that, it remains to be seen whether Declan Rice is going to be an Arsenal player because of, let me just take this away, because of Manchester City, or obviously being in the background there. So it is hard for Arsenal fans to obviously grasp the importance of when Man City is becoming a part in a transfer saga for so long now. And I said last night that if Arsenal wants Declan Rice as their priority, they have to pay up the money. Why waste time? Why wait for other teams, i.e. Manchester City, Chelsea's in the background. Bayern Munich obviously now left the race. And there's also talks of Manchester is lurking. So out of those three teams that is lurking, Manchester City is probably the likelier team to obtain the signature of Declan Rice. Now, 100 million plus add-ons, it probably could go to 110, 120, as per the reports is saying that West Ham wants that amount of money. Is the player worth that money? In my opinion, no. But he is a top priority for Arsenal. So therefore, I would say, if it is your top priority, don't play about. Pay the money and go for it. Make a big statement in the market and let the PLL, the Premier League, know that Arsenal means business. Now, is Declan Rice a player that can make a difference in the team? Yes. Is Declan Rice a player that can be a leader in the team? Yes. And is Declan Rice the impact player that everybody say he is? Yes. So all three of those points he ticked yes. But I don't think he's worth that amount of money. But Arsenal surely think that it is. So it will be a big statement to get Declan Rice. It's a huge statement. And from a fan's point of view, it would be nice for Arsenal, for us to see that Arsenal means business, because January, we missed out on both our top targets. Last season in January, we missed out on our top target. And in the summer, we also missed out on our top target last season. So why are we repeating the failure of being ruthless in the transfer market. So Arsenal needs to be ruthless in this transfer market. We can't lack this ruthlessness. We can't lack the ability to draw top targets. Now, there's also reports being saying that Declan Rice wants to come to Arsenal. It has been said that the personal terms would not be a problem. It's only the amount that West Ham want. So pay the money. It's like Gary. It's like somebody has ever said to me is that I want you, but I'd rather settle for. Why must we settle for second best? If we want Declan Rice as a top priority, bring it on, man. Here's the 100 mil or 110 or whatever the case may be in this case. 100 mil plus add-ons. I'm not sure how much the add-ons would be, but it is 100 mil now. West Ham is also coming out, is they want 2 installments over this 24 and 25. So the end of 25 summer, this must be paid up. So if you look at Declan Rice for 5 years contract that you will sign at Arsenal, so 100 million plus add-ons, let's say it's 110, 120 million. So by the end of 2025, it is paid up because that is the deal that West Ham would like, is to have the 2 installments. Long term, that is nothing in compared to what you would get, because a young player like Declan Rice, a leader like Declan Rice, and an impact midfield player can only get better in an Arsenal shirt over the years, and he is then worth it in that regard. I don't say Declan Rice is worth 120 million, the asking price. What I am saying is long term, he can become a better player than he is now in an Arsenal shirt, and also for the structure of the deal that West Ham want. It is obviously a long-term deal that Arsenal would give. In that way, I would say, take it. Take the money. Take the deal and give the money. And that is with regards to Declan Rice. And then, of course, the update on Mr. Kai Havertz. 70 million, is it too much? Is 70 million too much for a not knowing player what position he plays? A false 9, a number 9, a 10, a wide player. For the last 3 years, while he was at Chelsea, you can't see what position he's playing. But now I want to say this, that Thierry Henry is a fan, not a fan, but Thierry Henry has said this about the player. While he was working as a pundit in the CBS Sports in one of the UEFA Champions League games, and this is what he said, and I quote, "I thought he was good on the first goal. You could see that he held the ball ever so well. And it reminds me sometimes a little bit of Robin van Persie with his back to goal and the way he can hold in. Robin van Persie was always very good with his left foot, and the touch was always immaculate to try and bring people along. Now it is why out of the guys that you used to be wingers or number 10s, he plays as a 9 because he plays well with his back to the goal." And he goes on further to say is now he needs to make sure that he can transform that into more goals, because you can play off him. And that is what Thierry Henry has said on duty in the CBS studio when they was watching a UEFA Champions League game of Chelsea and Borussia Dortmund, where he scored 2 goals. And so he is to be liked by our own Thierry Henry. However, and he also reminds Thierry Henry as a next Robin van Persie. If you think about it, there could be similarities of Robin van Persie in his game. However, like I say, you don't know what his real position is. You don't know where he plays, because he has played in so many positions in a Chelsea shirt. Maybe he could be better in an Arsenal shirt. I don't know. What my first instinct was when I heard that Kai Havertz could come to Arsenal, and this is, according to reports, it is very, very close, that he is close to signing a deal, and would be a 5-year deal with Arsenal. 5 years? Is 5-year deal a deal that you would want for a player that you're not even sure of where he's going to play? But now, for the likes of Manchester City, is also in the same race, or at least interested in a Kai Havertz. So what does Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta see in this type of player? I don't know. My question is he a good fit for Arsenal, and is he worth 70 million? And that is the second segment of what I wanted to talk about. And I'm going to end off with this, which is my last segment. And this is not carved in stone. This is not something that has been raved about. This is not something that has been maybe it has been reported over the last few weeks. But this is what I'm going to say, and this is what I'm going to say on Gunnar Matters. This next player that I see as breaking news for me, and this is what I like, and this is the one player that I would like to see at Arsenal. And let me tell you, let me go as further as to say, he will be an Arsenal player. If Arsenal do their business and they do diligence correctly, this player will be an Arsenal player this summer. Yes, you heard it, this summer. Now, this player was the former player of Manchester City, and he has a buyback clause in his contract. When City sold him as a youngster, he has a buyback clause in his contract, and he will be an Arsenal player, in my opinion. Glenwyn from Gunnar Matters have said it. Go tell your mama, go tell your papa that Glenwyn from Gunnar Matters has said that this player will be an Arsenal player come this summer. So he will be an Arsenal player. Romeo Lavia from Southampton. He's 9 years old, and he has a buyback clause up until only in 2024, end of 2024 summer, this will take effect. This clause will then be activated for City to buy him back. So, Arsenal, take this player. You will get what? 20, 25, 30 for this player. However, Southampton wants 45. Do they have the bargaining and the negotiation power for a 45 player that has been relegated with the team? I don't think they have. I don't think they have any negotiation power for a 45 million on a player that's young as Romeo Lavia. And again, I say this player will be a player to watch for the summer to come to Arsenal. You're going to come back to this video. You're going to say, but I've heard this somewhere. I've heard this on Gunnar Matters. Yes, correct. You've heard it on Gunnar Matters that this player will be an Arsenal player come the end of the summer. A buyback clause by City that will take effect, like I say, in 2024. Arsenal have to make way to play quickly on this deal. It's a player that plays in the midfield, and imagine a player like this and a player like Declan Rice in that midfield of Arsenal. Come on, man. If you don't get Declan Rice, we still would have an option in that midfield together with Romeo Lavia. Watch this space for Romeo Lavia. He will come to Arsenal, if not in this summer, in January. Mark my words, you're going to come back. This is something to watch, obviously. So that I think it has come to a point, and I said in the beginning of this show, it's going to be only 15 minutes. So it's almost a minute over. So if you're going to watch later, if you're going to see this coming up, please just watch out for what is coming. So gently, where is it? Yeah, whoop, there. Hit the like button and share, and also subscribe to Guna Matters. So you have watched Guna Matters, where your opinion matters.